Even in the Wild, my actual most popular music video that I put out, it has like 47,000 views or something crazy. Like it just randomly started blowing up after I had put it out. I think it was like out for a decent amount of time before it started even blowing. It was, I don't even know, but I'm grateful for it. I'm not complaining in any way, shape. I'm like, shoot, this is sick. Even in the Wild, story behind writing it was written practically on the plane ride, written and practically made on the plane ride to Nashville in September when I went on my whole 10-day trip, meeting Brad Steele and Danielle Marie and King fan Dennis King. Really great trip, and that was like the first part of it. I started my flight from New York to Nashville, and I started with that. I started writing it in, I believe, LaGuardia Airport or JFK. I don't remember which airport I was in. And I started writing it there. And I started with the beat, and I had the guitar part. I distinctly actually remember before I left gathering as many samples as I could of guitar stuff because I wanted to start using more guitars in my samples. And that was a sample. I added the 808 bass sound, and then I started writing. And I had the verses in my phone since 2020. I wrote those verses. I don't even remember for what. And actually, I could probably, there's some random demo I think that has these verses, and I never did anything with that song, so I took the verses from that and I put them in here. And the verses are talking about how it starts off like, I see that night like it was yesterday. I told you things that no one's ever heard me say. The type of love reserved for the closest friends. I see it now that you're here to stay. And that's the first verse. The second verse says something very similar. And it says, it means a lot that I know that you'll listen well, even through some things that are hard to tell. To get it out might take me a couple tries, but you'll get a glimpse of what's on the inside. So that whole concept comes from the fact that I've struggled with anxiety for a couple of years, and I'm gratefully doing much better and not nearly at the place where I used to be, but I used to have some weird, crazy thoughts that I would overthink, which would lead to the anxiety. And to share those thoughts were scary and embarrassing, and some of the triggers that I had were embarrassing and hard to tell and hard to share. And that's essentially what it's saying. To get these thoughts out, to share them was scary. But I'm grateful that you listened really well and that you didn't judge me and that you accepted me for who I am and you love me for who I am. And I remember those nights distinctly when I was sharing them with you because I was so scared, and I distinctly remember them being ingrained in my memory. And I really appreciate that. So, and then the chorus is talking about just the fact that this isn't another love song, it's something different, which it's typically another love song. I don't even know what that means. But it's different. I could see us growing, lost in the moment. Well, I guess actually it means like the fact that like so many love songs talk about the superficial things of love, and love is so much more. Actually, I'm gonna go into it right now, I guess. So many love songs talk about the superficial things of love, where it's just all these, the things that are on the surface, and they don't go into the deepness of it. And essentially I am going into the deepness of it by talking about all these things that we've gone through. And hey, these are things I've shared that I haven't shared with other people, and about me that other people don't know. And that's the deepness, the type of love reserved for the closest friends. A very different kind of love, right? And that's what I'm talking about in this song, is how it's not a typical love song where it's not just surface level stuff. We're talking about deeper stuff. And then I could see us growing, lost in the moment, growing in our relationship, growing as a couple. And then it goes, I could see us growing, lost in the moment, navigate the waters, because ain't life like the waters. Ups, downs, lefts, rights, forwards, backwards, pulls you in, pushes you away. You're on for the journey. Navigate the waters. I guess it goes, even in the wild, you're my love. Am I skipping a lyric? But even in the wild, the good, the bad, and the ugly, essentially, you're my love. And the wild being the, wow, it's wild, this is amazing. Or the wild, like, whoa, this is crazy. Even in all those times and everything in between, you're my love. So that's the meaning behind that song and what those lyrics mean. This is fun. I'm really enjoying kind of going into the deep dives of these songs. And I'd love to know your perspective, and if you're enjoying them, leave a comment down below. Let me know what song you'd love to see performed live, and then that will also help me determine what song we're going to be talking about. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless, and peace out.
Another love song, it's different. I can see it's growing, lost in the moment. Navigate the waters and oceans, even in the wild. You're my love, even in the